some kind of like chit chat
Yeah.
that's going on, you know.
Yeah.
We'll plan that one day. But
Yeah, we'll just fucking take it. Right, are we ready?
Aye.
yes.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody listen to Off the Stage podcast, you
That's our brand new theme tune for those who are just listening in now.
That's pretty good.
Episode 22, I believe that came from.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
It's last week.
Why not?
We recorded it last week, but this is going to be thingy 2 weeks after that, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now we're on episode 24.
Yeah. So, yeah, welcome to...
Halfway to 48.
Well, that's
To
not too
zero
bad.
resemblance
Yeah.
to anything.
But anyway, welcome to Off the Stage. I'm James Berry. This is Conor Michael.
Yes.
And today we have our guest. It's Mr. Dan Gray.
Hey.
So you get a round of
Hello.
For those who are frequent with watching our episodes, you found that we've got a new introduction and we've got a new clap round of applause. These were both from recorded episodes previously. The
That was
claps,
the Priters, wasn't it?
The Priters.
Support
And-
me in Little Buildings, 28th of January. I'll re-record that intro thing on the break.
Oh yeah, record
Yeah.
that as well because I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome.
Hi, thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your musical muse? so to speak?
Well, I started off playing piano when I was about 4 or 5, and that was by getting a small keyboard and learning the songs off the adverts and playing them back. And that's like I self-taught myself from there. I moved on to get my degree in music, and then I became a mechanic. And,
What you do, yeah, I get it.
and so I've been a motor mechanic and an MOT tester for a good long time, but I've been gigging in between that. I'm taking little breaks here and there, and then trying to build back up to it.
Full of random job swaps. I used to
Yeah,
work at Morrison's,
good.
and I became a chef. Now I'm a musician after working at PayPal. What's your favourite advert then? If you were listening to them and like learning,
You know, that was what my mum said I was doing it, and I literally cannot remember the adverts. So, like, I mean, but when you watch all the old adverts, you go, God, I remember that one. So, like, I mean, I couldn't even think what I was playing. I don't even know what it was. Like,
little
she just said
LV.
you-
Dum, di,
Yeah,
di,
just-
dum, di, di,
I don't even know what it would have been. It might have been the Milky Bar kit or something.
Yeah, going back a while now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I was funny. I was actually gigging with Vince
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
and also John, you know, from
Yeah.
John Timney.
Mm-hmm.
And, Vince was saying, obviously, like you, Vince and Lawrence used to kind of jam together when he was
Aye.
young, and he used to say you just had a knack of being able to know exactly how to play songs.
Yeah.
And he says it was just like even when you were like really young, you just give us the key and I'll get.
Right. That's nice of him to say, I suppose.
No, I was gonna- he's putting a good word because I meant, well, it was him who actually.
Yeah,
'cause
he
he
did.
watches the show religiously.
Yeah, he did. He
apparently.
was, hi, Vince, if you're
Yeah,
there.
He will be watching
he'll
in the
definitely
gym.
watching.
He knows what he says. He watches
it
with.
was his recommendation to ask you. He was like, "Oh, ask Dan. He's got a couple of songs."
So he watches her in the gym, so when he says he's in the gym working out, he's just sitting watching
Sitting on there, pretending to do weights, going, "Oh, this is
watching
funny."
the podcast. Fair.
James actually skipped over my questions, to be honest. So
well,
my second question was the type, like style of music, how you got into it. But the first question is, what are you drinking? How James? It's your idea to do that first.
No, it was Vince's idea again. Honestly, we haven't even got had Vince on the podcast yet. We need to get him on.
We'll definitely get him on though.
There's I went downstairs, I didn't know what to get, and I instantly saw the citrusy pale ale or whatever it was, or
Yeah.
citrum or something, and it's good, like, it's pretty nice. And a little 4%er,
Oh.
so it's canny.
Sure, Brass Monkey had that one last week. I might have been-
Possibly they change every week though.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
something
do,
slightly different.
yeah.
I've just got a Bora Madri. And I was very tempted to get the breakfast stout downstairs though.
A breakfast stout. Oh, I might have that one next.
So I might get a little half beforehand.
I got the Pom sour. Always get me sours.
I didn't see a sour.
Yes. It was next to the Fruity, as I usually get the Fruity.
I completely
But-
missed the sour.
fact,
I was looking for that.
I did have a Fruity before, to be fair, like, but
You driving? No.
no, I'm not driving. No.
Wouldn't dare. So then after what you're drinking, I'm meant to go, oh, so what's the kind of style of music? How did you get into it? Blah, blah, blah. But thanks, James. Who's your biggest inspiration? Who do you like follow after?
I have followed Billy Joel for a long time, and
We had him on a couple weeks ago, wasn't it? Fire lady look.
But no, I was like, to be honest, I'm kind of a cliche kind of guy. Like,
Did you get the joke? Did you?
It's not Billy Joel. That's Billy Joe.
Oh,
That's the Green
right.
Day.
yeah. I
right.
got,
Oh, God.
No, Billy Joel's the piano man.
yeah.
Yeah, so there was that.
It's
Like,
a similar name, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very similar. I was wondering, I was like,
Well, fucked up there.
in Elton John, standard kind of,
Oh, yeah.
Good shout.
just honest cliches. It sounds really.
James supported Elton John.
Ah,
I'm not even joking. Like, and this, it's
That's what we tell people.
I'm probably the only person, well, one of the only people in the world who I could say you could not pay me to see Elton John.
right.
Not that I wouldn't go see Elton John, but I went to play. I say like support.
Yeah.
What happened was Elton John was playing at the Stage of My Light, and I was asked to play in one of the bar areas beforehand.
I think I remember you telling us about this.
Yeah, so
yeah.
but it was so I kind of say yeah, so I supported Elton John just because that sounds good. But anyway, I was absolutely knackered, and I was like, I just need to go home. Two, Kat, who was watching, really wanted to go see Elton John, and I was like, no, I don't really fancy it. So, like, I couldn't be like, oh, I'll go see Elton John now, and like she's still at home. I was like, oh, I felt a bit bad. So yeah, you couldn't pay us to see Elton John. Not that I don't like Elton John, but
I'd like to have seen Elton John, but it's like,
what's that?
You saw Rocket Man and you enjoyed that.
Yeah, I saw 30
Rocket Man
seconds
was
just
good
to
crack.
say that I went to see Elton John.
Right, okay, right,
but
okay,
then
that's
I
fair.
went home after that.
It's all a big craze at the minute, making all the famous musicians from back in the day on movies now. It's just all over the place.
Yeah,
they're good films. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
Elvis.
I haven't really
Saw that the other day.
disliked one yet. So they've all been
Just doing a little
I like-
off
yeah, I
the
like-
stage promo thing. Sorry, guys. Ashley. So basically, behind the scenes, we got Kat and Ashley were producers.
Yeah.
They're not monitoring the cameras. They're just kind of watching. Yeah, and Ashley sent over a photo over, so I'm like, there we go, episode 24. Here we go.
Oh,
Just
look at that. That's
Send it through.
professional as hell, that.
I know, right?
sneaky as out.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
Got a Kat with producer and Ashley a photographer.
Yeah, I know. Full team now. It's like we're getting professional. So.
Yeah. If any viewers are watching and you're like, oh my God, this is called Off the Stage, but you're on the stage. Yes, we've had a little bit of a change up this week. We get here, the ship ISIS is getting quite busy on Tuesdays, and we are not wanting to take seats off people.
Yeah.
But we do look like we're scaring people off when we're set up and the cameras are out. So if anyone's ever near ship ISIS, we record pretty much every Tuesday. Feel free to sit on the side and watch. Like, we're not, we don't have the room separated. More than welcome to come in, just, don't interrupt too much.
People don't usually come in. That's the
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, it's the chicken. Because when we first started doing this, they didn't have chicken, and then they started bringing out the saying, "Oh, we've got chicken now," and everyone wants to go. I want the bloody chicken, and I don't blame them because the chicken is flipping gorgeous.
chicken.
You've got one coming now. soon, haven't you?
Hopefully it'll be here before
Yeah.
the third part.
Yeah,
But it's so busy, everybody wants chicken.
you're gonna get it because he's got football afterwards. You're gonna get a
Yes.
flipping stitch really bad.
Oh, nah.
I had a cracking game yesterday. No, we got beat massively, but I scored my side. It was 5 sides. It was my side of the pitch and outside the foot curler, top bins. I was like, fucking
Easy.
not bad for someone who
chicken
shits
leg.
football. Have you guys got like any favoured sports?
Me,
Both of you.
to be honest, I like rugby. Like when
Yeah.
when rugby comes on the Six Nations, I'm like all over it. And then I've
Are
started
you a league or a union guy?
any. That's all I watch.
Which is league the one that you can tackle? One's like tag
League.
rugby in
Oh,
it,
you
and
know
one's
what?
like proper
You know
breaking
what it is?
neck
I've
rugby.
watched it for a while. I still don't know the rules. I just know you've got to put it over there, and
I'm
you
the
kick it over
same.
there.
I
It's
used to
like-
play rugby. I'm not going to tell you what I was doing.
think
I just
league-
ran into people and took the ball.
The league has if you get tackled, you've got to stop. I think union's
Union's
more like
hardcore one.
World Cup. Like union's more
yeah.
like international. Where it's just if you drop the ball, someone else can just pick it up and
Yeah.
run with it.
Well, I didn't know that.
I think
I knew there was a difference. I was sure which way
I
around
just
it was.
thought it was just you can't have England on a I don't know
On a Tuesday.
on a Tuesday.
it's something like that anyway.
You've got a favourite sport, there,
yeah.
James. Is that you're a Sunderland fan?
Yeah, it's pretty much football.
And you
Although,
played in goal a couple of times.
you know, I've been in it for a while, but I've really wanted to get more involved in ice hockey.
Okay.
Right.
I love
Can you
ice hockey.
skate?
I cannot skate.
Well,
I wouldn't
baby steps,
I wouldn't
baby
play
steps.
ice hockey.
Big thing like
Oh, you just wanna go see
It's
it.
a big part of it. I know. I wouldn't play it, but just watching it in terms of like a spectator sport. Although I used to go down. That wasn't too bad when Sunderland had an ice rink. I used to go down there regularly. I got quite good. I couldn't stop I just sort of like slam into the wall. But
I thought you meant like I was really good. I couldn't stop. I was on form.
No,
you
I
could not stop
I
me.
just couldn't break. I couldn't.
Well, they do that. They just with other people at the same time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. So I just find someone else and like barge into them. And if I miss them, then
Great
I'm
crack.
done in.
The only
child
sport I
or
play is
something.
football, to be fair.
Yeah,
and I'm
but-
not great at it, so I sit in defence and just like shoulder barge people off the ball.
Is Rocket League a sport?
Yes.
It's an e-sport, and it's a good one if that.
Exactly.
There you go. There you go. Play a bit of that. Play a bit of
E-sports.
that.
Yeah, back to music.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of ties in well with you saying Elton John. So my next question is, do you value the importance of image on stage? You know, people have like their own appearance. Elton John's quite flamboyant, is that the word?
Yeah, I suppose everyone either to have or not to have. I
Do
think
you
if
like? Do you have like a set image, or you like? I normally wear this
I
kind of
just
kit.
wear
Or,
stupid shoes.
I love the ones you've got
the
today.
coolest hell shoes.
They're like,
the camera.
yeah, they're fancy.
That is absolutely amazing.
Etsy's your favourite friend, man.
What design are they?
I don't know.
Are they just a design?
Just
It's not
some
like
sort of psychedelic-y
it
kind
looks
of
like an anime kind of
shoe
thing. You know?
design. So it's I don't know. I just went for them.
Yeah.
Women's section, epic.
I'm trying to start my own image of triple denim.
Triple denim.
So I went to a gig.
Your first band
My
gig.
first band
Triple
gig.
everyone dressed
Triple
up
denim.
in like a uniform, and you went, "Fuck that!
I'm going triple
I'm
denim.
getting denim shoes."
So that's, yeah, I've got denim shoes, denim jeans, and a denim top. All I needed as well was a denim cap, which I might buy actually for my HMP gig.
Quadruple. 3rd of December.
3rd of December.
1 o'clock.
Quadruple denim.
I was there yesterday speaking to
Quadruple
them.
denim. I could even bring a denim coat with it being winter and all.
Quintuple
I
denim.
think
Triple denim.
you need to pick a guitar that you're not massively fussed on, and just like get denim,
denim.
platted
Patch
into
it
it.
in denim.
Patch it in denim.
I've never been massively into denim. But
And now
like,
you're going to
I'm
be
thinking
sponsored by
I'm gonna-
jeans.
I'm going to do like full tilt and just do non-stop denim.
Levi strings and that.
Yeah. Oh, you got to do that.
I'll have to do a cover of that Fat Eric song. You know, on the
Out of my
Levi's
depth, yeah.
advert back in the day.
That's what it is. That's it.
Is that not how you're going to walk on stage now?
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, it's gonna be Fat Eric song.
Sounds more like a kind of a talk show entrance. Like,
Yeah, there's a-
There we go, there's everybody. Coming in with a triple, quadruple, quintuple denim.
I think image is a weird one, because like I went through phases of mine. I'm just going to wear like geeky caps. So I always had like a Batman hat or a Joker hat or a Harry Potter one. And then I went through a hoodie phase. I was always gigging in hoodies, but I was sweating. Like,
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable. Stage lights hit
Yeah.
you. I couldn't breathe. And now I went to a checky shirt phase.
Yeah,
like
honestly,
James.
I love me check your shirts.
I don't know where I'm going next year. I kind of want a proper image ramp for... So I don't know if you've noticed, I've made 2 Conor Michaels next year. There's the Conor Michael covers
I noticed. You
and
did a covers,
originals next year. And I started off by going, I'm just going to book like the odd original gig, minimum 1 a month. It looks like I'm about to do a tour. It's come out of nowhere. I booked Little Buildings. I've got one propping up in March near the coast of Northeast. That'll get announced soon. I just booked Birmingham. I'm about to book Sheffield.
Bloody hell.
So before you know it, it started out being like, I'll just do a couple of local gigs. I'm about to do a UK tour.
That's not bad. I mean, that's good going, to be fair. Like, it's
I'm like, I'm skint at the minute because I'm like, oh, I've got no money. And it's like, oh, why have you got no money? Because every time
England.
I get paid, I'm just like, can I buy that venue for a night, please? Can I buy that venue for a night, please? So, yeah, I will advertise plenty of tour dates. The only one at the minute to go in is Little Buildings, 28th of January. See that on my socials and stuff. But yeah,
No, sweet.
I'm about to do a tour.
That's bad, really.
Just kind
An
of came out of
impromptu
nowhere.
tour.
Yeah. And I was like, I was meant to do one before the pandemic, and I'm really glad I didn't. Like, the pandemic kind of hit the right time. It stopped us doing something I would have regretted.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't experienced enough. I had a really bad EP coming out called The Change. It's still available if you want to check it out. It's not horrendous, but in comparison to what's come out since, it's ugh.
yeah, you do look at back at. I don't know. I cringe a lot of my
Yeah.
when you think at the time, that's really good. This. And then, like, you
I'm
give up that-
exactly the same. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I think I was
absolutely
like looking for an identity, and I'd just done an audition with The Voice.
the same. All right.
And I'd never been to, I've done X Factor and stuff, and they've always rejected us. And then I did The Voice, and it's the first time they were like, won't you come down to London? So I was like, I'm going to London. And it's the first time I met a vocal coach. I've never had singing lessons route. And they were like, oh, if you do this, try this. And I was learning that. And they're like, you need to pick a genre. Like, we think country's kind of your genre, so they gave us like Miley Cyrus and Johnny Cash stuff to learn. And then I wrote The Change, and like my confession is as country as it gets. I think I've got you in with harmonica and like banjo and stuff, and
quadruple denim.
yeah, pretty much.
Quadruple denim,
I was kind of like stuck on what I was kind of making it country without it necessarily needing to be. And I think I forced songs that shouldn't have been. And then the pandemic hit, and instead of doing a tour, we did a little live stream under the shelter next to Granny Annie's in Roker Beach. Very different. Yeah, and it's weird now because I think when I first started, I was trying to be the acoustic singer-songwriter. Then I went country. Then I kind of went back to singer-songwriter. Now I'm in a pop genre with home.
Poppy,
but the next EP sounds a bit rock grungy acoustic, and it's like
Just do everything.
I'm trying.
Exactly.
Clubland's gonna be the next one.
Honestly, David Bowie did a jungle album in the 90s. I've never heard it. It probably sounds shite, but I mean, you know, it's David
Well,
Bowie.
if not many people have heard it, I cannot imagine it being excellent.
Yeah, exactly. He was just like, I want to do a jungle album. But I mean, David Bowie in the 90s was like untouchable, wasn't he? So he could just do whatever the hell he wanted. He could throw money at something and it just wouldn't matter. So
That's it.
well, I'm going to ask, I think I know the answer to this one. But why do you have your name Crazy Fingers?
It was
yes,
a
that's what I was
college.
going to ask.
It
Thank
was
you,
a
James.
college nickname. When I went to
Say no more. Say no more.
that's quite funny actually, because like you used to go into like a nightclub or something when I used to like have the capacity to actually go to nightclubs and not have a hangover the next day. And I used to go in and I'd be like, what's your name? I said, oh, well, I got nicknamed Crazy Fingers at college. And they'll go, oh, what's that for? And I go, I play piano. They just walked away. And it was like, it worked and for like the 5 seconds until I explained what I actually meant. And then it was just, I was playing the piano, but I was like kind of doing some crazy hands.
Because I noticed,
movements.
I've seen you play piano and you're proper like,
Yeah, just
crazy.
aiming where it goes and it manages to hit like and like one lad just walked in and he just went, oh, Crazy Fingers. I was like, all right.
That'll
And
do.
just, everybody started calling us it, and like I'd walked on the high street with Vix or something, like my wife, and they'll go like, oh, Crazy Fingers, you all right? I'm like, oh Christ, it just doesn't end.
For anyone who's
Could be
listening
worse.
and thinks what you've never said that yet, basically his Instagram handle is Dan Crazy Fingers 192. Just in case somebody thought James is going to give him a random nickname. And
I mean, it could be
There's
worse.
backstories.
They could call you Salad Fingers, which but
I've been called Other Fingers, but it's and probably not good for camera.
well,
Just because it's like if the heroes make a mistake on the piano, they'll call us something else, and then it just that sticks with me. I'm like, please don't make that stick, and it never does, so it's all right. And people just call us Fingers. That's the worst bit. They go, hello, Fingers, you all right? Oh.
it's like your nicknames kind of like being shortened, like, you know, like.
But if people don't know,
would you rather be called Crazy or be called Fingers?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, he's crazy over
it's
there.
just
No, he's
crazy.
not bad.
Jerking
He's
all
Fingers
over
over
the
there.
I don't know. I think I kind of prefer Fingers actually, because it's just kind of like it sounds like something to talk about. Like, oh, there's Fingers. Why Fingers? Like looking at his hands and like, why?
Because he's got fingers. All right.
Fingers.
Oh, you need to get like a stomp boxer at your gigs and have a band called Fingers and Toes. Just
That would be so good. I was thinking about buying a stomp box as well, because like you've got the rhythm on a guitar, and sometimes when you do like a kind of upbeat song and you play the piano, it's just kind of like piano.
You need that. You need that.
So
Something,
I haven't
you
one
know,
of them, and a loop box. I think I'm going to get one as well and start doing a lot more solo gigs, because I was in bands for a long time, so I think solo's the way to go for now.
Yeah.
that's easy to get into.
After having a long hiatus of not gigging.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
definitely worth getting yourself back into.
Yeah.
I think that's a good part one, to be honest.
I would say so.
I've got a couple of good part twos ready.
Awesome. Right, well, shall we?
See you on the flippity flop.
Yep. Let's get ourselves a drink and we'll see you later.
In a bit.
Insert the basic sound. What's happening, guys? I'm headlining Little Buildings on the 28th of January. It is going to be £5 a ticket. James is currently checking the focus on the camera. At the minute, as I'm recording this, I have 25 tickets left out of a 60 capacity room, so hurry up and get yours. We've got Josh Hennigan and the Priters, our support act. £5 a ticket for 3 musicians. You may as well fork out the money and come and see us live. It is going to be a great show. After I sell a certain amount of tickets there, I'm going to announce the next one in March. So I will see you there. Cheers.
There we go. Welcome back to side 2 part 2, part B, whatever the fuck we call
Shut
it
up,
these
James.
days.
Would you rather?
Flip the CD upside down.
Yeah, I'll come back. I'm going to pull everything out here.
Yeah. Don't, please.
I'll try not to. Yeah. Would you? Yeah, I got a would you rather. I was trying to figure them out today, and Ashley gave us a really good one. Would you rather record a best-selling album and get paid a one-off payment of £1 million, or release an album that takes years to take off, but you get constant royalties from it? You got to work at promoting it. But
I reckon I'd go for the $1 million because that could get you a good producer, and then you continue to write music throughout that if you're allowed to. If you're only allowed to do the one track for $1 million, that could be a good. That could be
What
a
we're
good
doing?
changer. You're only allowed to do one
You only get one big hit.
for the rest of
then
your
you
life.
get $1 million.
So no matter what you
Nothing
write,
after that,
So if that's the
Yeah.
case, number 2.
or you have to really,
Yeah.
really work. but
basically
you
do what you're doing
Nah.
now and get a one-hit wonder.
I reckon keep working for it because you'd build such more of a friendly reputation instead of just being some like
yeah,
non-sue.
Gary Glitter.
It's only me making these jokes.
That's maybe what he did. He maybe signed a deal like,
He had a couple of hits, didn't he? Though.
I wouldn't talk
No,
about that.
talk about his hits here.
Just keep it PG.
Yeah, the producer says.
That's how he liked it as well. That's how he did enjoy it like that. I really like that song as well.
It's
you
a
know.
really good
It's
song.
a really
I know
good
it's just a shame and nonce. Bloody
Can't,
well.
can't sing that now though, because like, what if we get sued by Gary Glitter for using the copyrights? Like,
That would be crazy, wouldn't it? That would be a headline.
it
that.
would be off the stage sued by Gary Glitter.
You know.
And before we so called him a nonce multiple times.
Yeah.
Now, so it's like
But we wouldn't get libeled for that because he literally is a nonce. Like, so, like,
I love how prominent the word nonce is, man. It's
you
brilliant.
know what? I love the word. It's just a cool word to say.
Oh, that's nice.
I think working on an album constantly.
Yeah, let's get back to the. Let's stop
Hey.
talking about nonsense.
If you get to like your whole, is it Kate Bush who did Run Up the Hill?
Running up the
Yeah.
hill. Kate
Yeah,
Bush.
like she did it all herself, and then nothing really came from it. And now she made, when it hit the chart, she made like 250 grand a week for being in the top because she wrote, produced it. And, like, it could eventually be a hit.
But it took off back in the day, but then it's just took off again now.
Yeah,
It's like
so the
mad.
royalty things, like I think if he doesn't mind us mentioning, I'm sure Scott says he was on a CD with Dolly Parton,
He was,
and
yeah.
he just took I think they paid him 800 quid for the song, or something around that. And he's like, I should have bargained for like a point of a percentage of it because
Yeah,
it sold
'cause-
like millions of copies after.
Yeah, because it's got Dolly Parton's name
Yeah,
on it.
it's
then-
you're out there.
No, that's exactly it. I think I'd be the same, to be honest, because it's. I don't. Well, obviously $1 million. Because even like you think £1 million, even if you just, it doesn't go very far these days, does it?
You
Not
could
like.
you could put it in.
Yeah, if
like
somebody offered you
stocks.
now £1 million and said you're not allowed to make a single penny for the rest of your life, including winnings or investments and stuff, that's it, no more work, you probably wouldn't take it.
No, because
$1
you.
million wouldn't last you your lifetime.
You
well,
could
actually,
invest
You
it.
know what? I've
You
actually.
couldn't make anything else
Oh,
after.
right, you're not allowed to.
I tell you
Right.
what, it would last you. And I did the maths because you know you put the Euro Millions on, you get like the £1 million matchmaker. I was like,
Yeah.
well, I might not win the
Could you
Euro
retire
Millions,
on
but
$1 million?
I'd take the million. You know.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you had to.
Yeah. So I worked it
I'll
out.
take it.
I worked it out
It's gone
like
spare.
it was like paying for like buying a house and getting a car, take that off, and then if you put it until retirement age, until your pension comes off, I think you get like something like £1,200 a month,
Right.
which is not much, but it's doable. I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely
if you,
livable,
If you're not,
yeah.
especially if you're not paying for like mortgage or rent or anything like
Yeah,
that.
if you're,
just,
like, home
it's
free,
just,
yeah.
just
It's
the bills.
more or less minimum wage, really, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, but you're not working.
How
so
many years is that to go for?
That for me, I mean, maybe it's obviously different for people who are a bit younger, but for me, it's like that's about 31 years.
How old are you
Until
now?
it's 34. I'm thinking 65. It's probably going to go up now, and it's going to be like 70 or something.
Oh,
Definitely.
by the time I get to retirement, there's no retirement.
Yeah, it's
Like,
probably.
it'd just be like work to the grave, and I'll be like 90-year-old
You're gonna work-
kicking it filthies.
I'm going home. I'm going home tonight.
I'm going to the care home tonight.
Final-
Going to the care home tonight.
The final hurdle to the care home is kind of like you've got to work for that pension
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
take it off you for the care.
Yeah, pretty much. Life's great. Yeah, it's a weird one. Like if if it was the case of you record your best-selling album and then there's no more music after that, I don't take it because I'd want to have the option to keep doing it regardless whether I was making millions or not. If you could just keep making music and it's just not as good as that one, take that one because you invest it, you go on your tours and stuff, but
you can't,
realistically at the minute I'm currently doing the release an album that takes years to take off. If you haven't checked out, I Don't Hold Grudges, I Write Songs, available on Spotify.
You'd have definitely put some special effects or like a ding in the teeth there when you do that. Like.
Please do.
I might have a little special thing. I'll see how much time.
See how it works.
I know sometimes
and if that worked, Bez has just made it go.
If I remember and if I get some time, I'll add that in. Honestly, it takes my life kind of editing these flipping shows. You got to edit one every single week.
Yeah,
it takes your flipping life over.
I used to do impressions weekly and crap like that.
Sorry, Kat, I saw your husband.
She's like, I know.
And when like lockdown happened, like I done like stuff just to kind of keep me going really, and it was like I done impressions weekly, and then I done budget beer reviews, and that was pretty cool. So I'd go to Aldi buy some budget beers and that, but like I'd just use like Shotcut or Premiere or something, and it would like. It's a 4-minute long video, and even the clips for the impressions were even like less. Yeah. And it like got to the point where like I was editing them, and I was like, bloody hell, this is taking ages. It's like, for 4 minutes of reward, you're doing like this much work, and like for like an hour, it's gonna be, you got to try and find all the right bits, and like it's just a nightmare. Like,
to be fair, I just let it roll. Like I don't actually clip the right bits. I just kind of like. Whatever's said now is just it's gone. It's going on. So it's just,
we might start trimming them down so we've kind of got like behind the scene things for like future episodes. But we're in works with that.
When the episode goes, it's just like. But the thing is, it's what we wanted though, because off the stage, the idea is it's a bunch of people talking in a pub. You don't cut out chip and cut conversations.
Yeah, it's just
I understand that. Like it's pretty cool.
So I've got a scenario.
Go on then.
I say scenario. Yeah, I do. Oh, I missed a scenario. I knew I had one. It's up there. Right. You're in a haunted pub.
Right.
Ooh.
And you're recording a podcast, let's say. And the last couple of the pod recordings, there's been some supernatural activity has occurred. Like they might have turned off the lights or slammed the doors or flickered with the live streams.
Luckily, that's not an orb.
that's a fly.
Yeah.
It could be a celestial fly.
Yes, I mean, definitely none of them have happened recently or moved a balloon from one room to another.
Yeah.
In case you're not getting a hint, this has happened since the 20th episode. We've had a fair few interactions.
I'm all for that. Like, I love stuff like that.
But then 5 pints float into the room. 1 for yourself, 2 for the hosts, and 2 for the production team.
Right.
Would you drink the pint?
Depends what's in it, really. If it's
just that pint arrives to you full. Do you trust it enough to drink that pint? It just floated into the room.
So I'll give a bit of backstory to the ghost who haunts this place. It's called Mary Ann Cotton, and the way she killed people.
Is that where the thing came from school, where everybody says if you say that 3 times and shut your eyes and...
Yeah, probably. But she poisoned people by spiking the drink with arsenic.
Oh, okay.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so,
a researcher. Sorry,
so
Mary.
I wouldn't drink the pint.
I didn't know that. Scared of drinking now.
Well,
but they have fantastic selections of beers and ales downstairs. So do not let that put you off.
I'm joking.
Chicken, if not.
Well, I probably would drink it, to be fair, because...
How often do you...
Might be a friendly ghost.
Exactly, yeah. I mean...
Might be an old landlord.
She's not done anything, to be fair. She just put her arm around Ashley. She made sure the light was working. Yeah. And she's just an avid viewer of the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Got my vibes. She cheered at the end of one of them. Woo!
She did. That was freaky as shit.
And then the person was like, it's just the kitchen next door. When we went there, the kitchen was closed for like an hour. It was not the kitchen next door.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool though.
Definitely a spooky ghost. No, I'll probably, because it's
a free pint, innit?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
just take a massive life insurance claim.
What are you saying now?
Before.
Seen that guy since then?
No.
The barman?
No.
No.
The one that we were he's clearly not real.
Yeah. Jokingly thought there was a barman's been in once for the 20th episode. Never seen him since. That became technically the Halloween special.
Right.
We're wondering if he's the ghost, but Julia downstairs did say he does still work here.
Yeah.
Just hasn't been in every Tuesday.
Confirmed, yeah.
He just doesn't want to see us again because he's like, I'm in an episode now and I don't want to be. I just want a full beer.
And the final would you rather I've got. Would you rather headline Glastonbury and find out that you've only got a crowd of 97?
Right.
Yes.
Or open for one of your most favourite artists with a venue of 15,000 capacity, but there's only 12 people in the crowd because the rest are all going to come and see the headline show. They're both going to be very underwhelming because
They are.
Glastonbury fits, I think, is
Well,
it like
but-
200,000 or something in the field, and you got
Well-
97.
I'd take Glastonbury because
You can see you
as-
played Glasgow.
Yeah, and as you well know, my favourite all-time artist is Bob Dylan, and he is like shockingly awful live
Who's your
these days.
second?
So like,
If someone went, let's chuck Blink 182, they go, look, I want your band in for
God.
this.
No,
are you
that
taking
is-
Glastonbury or are you taking the Blink gig?
okay, so that changes things. That I'd say Paul Simon as well, but let's say Blink 182 because like, ooh, God, that is a tough one.
I think
You know
I'm
what?
taking.
I'm still going to go Glastonbury. Fuck it.
I'm going the favourite artist. I'd rather like open for Ed Sheeran and have a really shit crowd in, but think I've played for Ed Sheeran. You know, it's not too bad. It's a support slot. I don't want to go down in history as the person who's had the worst Glastonbury gig.
So what's? I mean, depends on
You
the
might have
stage.
a really good gig, but
Because Glastonbury has so many stages, even the point where it's like you can go in little like tents that's just bars.
no,
and
this
they'll
one
have
you're the headline. You are the stage with the field of 20,000 people waiting for you. You walk out on stage,
so the pyramid
and there is
stage.
just 97 people in the crowd. Woo, James!
You know what? I would play my
Make that
heart
the
out
best
to
gig
those
ever.
97 people who came in the rain, suffered so much during Glastonbury, got so like coked up on all sorts, just to come and see me in the front headline. I'd be like, "How you fucking doing? Hello, Glastonbury!" And like, yeah, no, I'd do Glastonbury.
Oh, you nearly edged us over there. Like, I think that's.
I'm thinking Glastonbury because you know why? I'm just thinking like, what happens if like the ideal person you want to play for to open with doesn't give a shit about you? He's just like kind of like, yeah, he's off, right, I'm gonna go on now. It's like instead of
And
like
then
kind of
that's-
appreciating you a little bit, like it would be great for them to go like, that was really good, mate. Like, oh, I'll have to do this again. But
Probably.
like,
I've done a support gig for a band in America that never even spoke to us.
and just like yeah, and they just like don't care.
Like,
so
see you
it's
later,
kind of-
guys.
So like if you were to play like for a big
It
headline
wasn't
and
great,
act,
to be fair.
and then it was like there's only 20 odd people in or something, and they'd go, look, despite that, like you were really good. But like instead it's like, all right, mate, cheers. And then
Cheers, mate, see you later.
I think the one bit of thing for me would be like, yes, I've played Glastonbury and I can put that on my CV.
Yeah.
You know, like,
That's
so
it.
I think that's the winner for me. Like,
I think it's the fact that I would go down in history as the worst Glastonbury gig, regardless how good I made it.
However, I would like Ed Miliband the shit out of that because you know like the whole thing with like the bacon
At least I
sarnie.
tried.
Like, he takes the piss out of it all the time.
Yeah.
It's made him kind of like a household name. The bacon buddy that lost the election. It'd be like that. Oh, the fucking. I'd write the book kind of like the worst Glastonbury, like how not to do Glastonbury kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd be like, but it'd be like it'd be the pro kind of it doesn't matter. I don't care who comes. Just like I've played Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Not just Glastonbury. I've played at the pyramid stage. And like I'll put it on my Twitter profile and everything. Glastonbury headliner.
pick your banner.
You're there with Paul McCartney, Ed Sheeran, and like
Yeah.
Stormzy. Who else did it?
Kanye West.
You're
I
as good
reckon
as
you
Kanye.
could, if you get loads of like crap feedback for being the worst ever on Glastonbury, you could become a meme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. And
And then you could just have a YouTube channel and just work off that. It's like you could just become anti-famous to famous. It's getting to like
anti-famous. That's it. But people will be like, you know what? He's not too bad. I just they feel sorry for you a little bit, which will get you a bit of.
Yeah.
I'm
you
great
get
with
loads
pity.
of sympathetic
I
donations. and
work
things.
It would go down in the news as, oh, this guy only played less than 100 people at Glastonbury headline.
It would be.
Can you imagine,
It'd be a
though?
biopic. There'd be a biopic
But
about you.
imagine doing the gig. Would you not feel like? Because like I've done
bit-
venues
yeah.
of like 50 capacity rooms and there's been 20 people in there and you're like, oh, this feels a bit empty, and you feel a
Yeah.
bit like, oh, I didn't do well to sell 30 more. Imagine when they're going, I just didn't sell the other 199,003
It's a
tickets.
weird feeling, isn't it?
Because usually you think like Glastonbury, everyone's like cheering. You'd be like, "Hello, Glastonbury!"
There's Janet at the back.
One person.
There's more people.
James!
More people at the hot dog stand.
You can hear the hot dog sizzling.
It's,
You can hear the people that are on there zipping the tent, so like, oh no.
it is mad when you've got to try to do a gig with like less people than you kind of anticipated to be in, because I feel like you need to try and entertain them more.
Yeah,
when
you make more of an effort,
Yeah,
don't
when
you?
there's more people in the room, you tend
Yeah.
to relax a bit, and it's kind of like, well, how? There's more people.
I've found like
thing,
gigs
isn't it?
where you're doing gigs and nobody's really interested in you, and you find one group of people that are like vibing every song, and I go to entertain them. I ignore the fact there might be 100 people in the room and there's 4 people that are enjoying it, and I ignore the other 96. Right, this is you guys are vibing it, and I'm going your song request. I'm doing what you want, and then eventually the crowd start going, "Oh, this is alright," and then they loosen up, and you get the crowd.
You're the only people with clothes on.
Yeah,
Everybody else is
you're the only people in the bar that aren't doing indecent things like on the weekend.
So no, I mean,
Shout out to Big Market.
For that Glastonbury thing though, I think I would have prepared my entire music career for it, because whenever I played venues where there's been no one, or played working man's clubs where all the day is just, you know, they just sit there with the arms crossed, no clapping,
eating a cheese sandwich.
We prepared ourselves our whole lives for this moment, and we're gonna rock the shit out of it.
To all 96 people.
Yeah.
That would look so weird. A big field like that with just 96 people.
96 people. Just
Can you space out a bit?
After each song, all you hear is like, meh.
Like,
The chicken's arrived. Yes.
The chicken's
Just in time.
arrived.
Thank you. Just in time. We're going to take a break. I'm going to eat some chicken, and we'll be back with part 3.
Yes, let's do it. Thanks, see you soon.
I think we need like a new backing intro.
A backing intro, like, yeah, we're back, kind of like a...
Do you want to give us your best, like, we're back, baby, kind of thing?
yeah.
Go on.
We're back, baby!
Yes, that is it. So that's going to be our...
And that is in the next one.
Actually, I was going to do a proper radio, like, we're back in the show right now. Somebody thinks it's about like nice and chill and deep voice.
No, I like take 1.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough,
There
we'll
we
go
go.
for it.
That's done.
Welcome back. So, Dan, what's your favourite Christmas song?
Ooh,
This was asked by Kat.
I like Feed the World. I think it's a good tune. Like, for some reason, I loved it as a kid, even though I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah.
It was like, I am hungry, like. So I was like, oh, hang on, it's actually about everybody who's like. It's actually
about Christmas dinner, mustn't
It's
it?
actually
Like in
a
the morning.
lot worse. And I was like, oh, it was a charity song, and I didn't know when I was a kid. And then when I grew up, I was like, actually, it is a really good tune. Like, it's
a banger.
Then they done the
re-remake.
re-release, and it was
I'm sure there's another re-release.
I still like the old one. Like,
Bono was there all the time because he's like, I need my line. I need to say my thing.
Yeah. God forbid.
Thank God it's them instead of you. I mean, Jesus, a bit like...
Yeah.
I'm so Tory.
that's the one line. Apart from that, I love the song. That's one part of the song that I don't like. It's like, thank God it's them instead of you, and you're sitting cozy in your house watching like Dad and I something on the telly, like a Christmas film, and you're like, it's not you, you're alright.
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know. It's like, Jesus, man, I wear. Also, do they know it's Christmas? I'm sure like most African countries are Christian. I'm pretty sure they'll know if it's Christmas time.
Do they know it's Christmas time? I'd think, well, it'll still be really warm, and the
guess
probably
so.
really hungry, so they do know.
Yeah.
It's just like, pack it in.
I like that Slade song. It's Christmas!
Yeah, that's honestly that one gets, you know, every single. I don't watch them as much these days, but every single Christmas is like the top 50 Christmas songs. I mean, you get like the celebrities come in to say like, oh yeah, this song's amazing and all that. Slade always gets number 1.
Yeah.
It's funny because I'm sure this was it the same year. It was Wizard. I wish it could be Christmas every day. Also from Birmingham.
Yes.
I'm sure they competed.
I'm sure.
Two classic Christmas songs out in the. I mean, it's harder. They should have waited a year, shouldn't they? Really?
Birmingham was quite a rock scene as well, innit? I remember I did a gig there a few years ago. I don't know. I think it was last year. It was for my album release, and I did it in the Asylum, and it was like. I can't get the dates right, but say it was like Saturday one week, it's like Slipknot tribute act. Saturday the next week, and it was someone like what's Ozzy Osbourne's band?
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath tribute act.
Yeah.
You were 1 second
Then-
faster than me.
Then the week after, Conor Michael, and then the week after, Slade tribute act. I'm like, yeah, I picked the right venue.
Well, Birmingham was the home place of metal music, wasn't it? I mean, Black
It's-
Sabbath was known
It's
as
still
the,
quite there. Like when I'm trying to find like
Aye.
support acts and stuff, it's tough to find singer-songwriters, and you get like your kind of metal rock kind of
Yeah,
vibe a lot
yeah.
more. It's been like that all the time. I've got an acoustic metal vibe going for the next support slot, but I've got a nice 80s sounding pop band support. I haven't mentioned it. I'm doing Birmingham if you haven't twigged on yet. That'll be out in May, but we'll announce that soon.
He's I've got to admit though, Mariah Carey's definitely warming up now. Like she's definitely thawing out now. Like she gets so massively played on.
Overly played.
I like Michael Bublé, you know, like not even just as a Christmas song. I like him as
I didn't like Michael Bublé at first because like the played I Just Haven't Met You Yet way too much to a point of where I thought, oh God, I'm glad you're not meeting us because it's doing me head in.
I used to play A Beautiful Day on covers.
Yeah, but like that's a proper happy song. Like, but like to be honest now, like when I listen to some of his Christmas tunes, I think that's good. Actually, I tell a lie. I think White Christmas is probably the most warm Christmas song for me. Like,
yeah, that is.
You know, like when you're at a fire or something, or when you're nice and cozy, that's the song. I think that's the one that defines Christmas.
I think
for
my
me.
favourite to play is Fairy Tale in New York. Any pub you do that in,
definitely.
the crowd go mental for it.
It's a great tune. Like,
There was only once. I've told this story at the podcast before. Where there was the Christmas party I played.
I doubt it because this is the first time we mentioned Christmas on the pod.
So, you know, I played a Christmas party last year at the Stadium of Light, and their one request was don't play Christmas songs. I was like, well, it's a Christmas party, so we didn't play any Christmas songs.
But I thought, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I must have done. But there was one. It was like, well,
me back in.
Surely, it's like surely they'll not mind Fairy Tale in New York. Because they're all on the dance floor. I was like, listen, let's finish the set, lads, with Fairy Tale in New York. It was Christmas Eve. And then they'd all just fucking left. I was like, oh, so that's why they said no. They must just... they went to a Christmas party in the fucking... Anyway. But what's my favourite Christmas song? I quite like...
Home is where the Christmas tree lies.
Yeah.
That's an absolute banger. That was a charity single like 3 years ago.
top tip for the Fairy Tale in New York: this female singer got hit by a speedboat.
Oh, really? No way. When was this?
Is that a top tip?
Was it a
or is that
speedboat
like
or jet ski? I don't know.
I think it was a speedboat.
Wow.
Either way,
It's the meme now, isn't it? Because everyone...
it knacked. Like,
Yeah.
so you know.
But Spaceman Came Travelling, or is a classic one, Little Drummer Boy, just with like David Bowie and
Yeah,
the other guy.
yeah, it's pretty cool. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth or something stupid as well. It's like, I don't like them. I don't like them ones, but you know, like there's lots of strange little Christmas songs that you don't know.
Yeah.
Should rename that one as a tribute, like "Bealed by a Speedboat" or something.
I'm sure there's a new Christmas song coming out by it because Ed Sheeran and Elton John, they released one last year. It was the first, believe it or not, it is the first song that was ever released called Merry Christmas.
Don't get me started.
Different one.
With was it
No, Ed Sheeran and Elton John released a song called Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
right.
Is
I
there a
thought you were
sausage
talking about the
roll
one.
one, like?
And no one,
Is there?
he did a run like 10 episodes
Honestly,
ago.
don't have to me about
It's alright, we
Go
don't
back
need to do
and
it
find
again. I'll watch the episode, it's
And,
alright.
Yeah, and he does, I think it was the prayers. You know what, that might be bang on 10 episodes ago. I might be right with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's the only song that's actually got just Merry Christmas. Everything else like Merry Christmas Everyone or Wish You a Merry Christmas, but there's not actually a song called Merry Christmas, so they've done the first one. And then I think they said they've like written like the next 3 years worth. And the one coming out this year is called Pull My Cracker, Get a Surprise. So Ed and Elton, if you fancy coming on the podcast, promote your single, you know, drop us a message and we'll see if we can fit you into our busy schedule.
Actually, I'd like to change my answer, please, if that's okay.
Go on then.
Well, my favourite Christmas song is probably one you've never heard of, but it's this weird kid on YouTube. Cat knows it.
You're making me watch every
Wake up, everyone! It's Christmas! And then it's like, but he's got like a green screen and he's like walking. It's like, Christmas is my favourite time of year. It's so bad, it's good. But yeah, I played every single, like, she's still asleep and I'll wake up because I'm really excited, you know, because it's Christmas. I just put it on YouTube. I'll share the link.
Yes.
I'll share the link.
Yeah.
It's like a tradition that I play this song.
There's my favourite Christmas video is there's this lady in a wheelchair and she's like trying to do like a little Christmas dance song and she plays Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. The emergency rush
Have
to
you
the
seen
camera.
this one, James?
I am.
And she presses the wrong track and it's like a parody version of it. So instead of Jingle Bells,
I've seen that, yeah. I know exactly what you're
oh
doing.
my God. It realizes the lyrics are wrong and goes, ah! Just turn it off.
It's great.
Stroking my leg.
It's like
That's
the
when you know
realization
Christmas is
phase
back.
gets
Yeah.
it funny because
Yeah.
she goes,
This is the
"Don't
wrong
let
one."
go." That's gonna say something else.
On Christmas, I'm going to share that on the off the stage.
Yeah.
Pardon, you'll see which one I mean. But
Reenact
it comes out like I can't. there's limits we got on the podcast.
Yes,
we
of
can't
course.
reenact that.
No, I suppose you couldn't. No.
So, which 3 cities in England outside the northeast would you love to play?
Cities in the north.
Outside of the northeast.
Outside of the north.
Original gigs. You've got to put on a 3-city tour. Which 3 do you want to take over?
Right. So. I don't know. Glasgow.
I was going to say Glasgow or Edinburgh.
Yeah.
On the Royal Mile somewhere. You know, like just
There's a
something like
Facebook page because we're in like loads of groups when it's like Bolton music scene and Leeds music scene.
Yeah.
Glasgow music scene is the only one that rejects us putting posts of our podcast.
Oh really?
Everyone else, yeah, you're fine to do it. Glasgow music
Edinburgh
scene.
then. It's,
So Edinburgh,
Edinburgh. I've changed my mind. Edinburgh.
not to take out word
I
demographic,
say
but if they're
Glasgow?
not letting we're promoting Glasgow, they probably don't know we exist.
Well, I mean, the reason I say Glasgow is specifically for King Tut's. I'd love to play King Tut's. Really nice venue. That's where Oasis got big, I think.
I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
getting Manchester vibes as well. I think
Manchester would be a good one.
And do you know? Well, it's not a city. Is Harrogate a city? It's not.
Count,
No.
count if you.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
there's
that's
like a really small but excellent bar.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's a blues bar.
Blues bar,
but it's
been
like
in it, yeah.
like everybody gets in there, you know. Like it's and it's just like it gets
Ram-packed,
packed no matter
yeah.
who's on. And I actually managed to see a fantastic band, which I forgot the name of, which done loads of like retro kind of classic songs, and he had like a washboard and like a old fashioned car horn and that. And he just done this mad solo, and it was like ding, bong, ding, bong, ding, bong, ding, bong. I was like, what's he doing? What's he doing?
That was
He's
an
got it.
unbelievable sound effect. Can I just ask that you cut that out for them when you're going to take a break and it's going to be Dan going, that's the new break sound, right?
Yeah, that is.
During the paintball.
That was amazing.
It was. I was baffled when I saw it. Like I was like,
Gotta
"What's
get
he
these
doing?"
clips in.
I got some work cut out
I
for
mean,
this.
we went there, and honestly, it was.
It's a great vibe, innit?
Honestly, it's because it's a small place. I love small venues.
I do.
And everyone there, there's like the all respect. Like it's packed, but nobody talks when the act's on.
No,
It's,
just like
it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not weird. It's good.
it's just
Yeah.
a nightmare to get to the bar because it's like
Yeah.
adjacent to the to where the band is.
Aye, that's
so
it,
it's kind of like they'd be like singing and dancing. They can just see the bar, and you can just see everybody trying to not turn their head, but trying to get to the bar. But at the same time, everybody's coming out the toilet. So it's like,
What's that one go to?
I think it's just.
is it just a blues bar?
Yeah.
in Harrogate.
Is it
blues bar in
bar
Harrogate?
in Harrogate?
I think it's just, I don't know.
Slowly adding
I'm
it
sure
to
it's
my
just
tour
called
date
the
list.
blues bar, but yeah, you know,
It's just a blues bar, Harrogate. I think.
I'd agree with that one actually.
Yeah.
I'd love to play
It's a
it.
quiz question.
Yeah.
It's a quiz question. What's
See,
the
I
name
think
of that
I'd go
bar?
Liverpool. I think that's like a very
Liverpool would be-
popular
Yeah, Liverpool would be a good shout.
music place.
I love how
I'd
no one's
try my
choosing
luck at
anywhere down
Ipswich.
south.
I'd try my luck at Ipswich because I know I'll get the comparison quite a bit, but I feel like Ipswich would be known for your Ed Sheeran kind of thing, and that
Yeah,
might
I
go
guess,
down
yeah.
well there. London's it's probably not on my top 3 cities. No offense,
You know why I wouldn't like to go down to London?
because of London.
It's trying to drive down there and set your gear up. I wouldn't
You'd
be
lose
like,
all your payment on congestion charges.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, no.
Cost you
I'd just
£3
be-
million to drive in, and that's if you've got an energy-friendly car.
Then you get your pint and you just blow all your gig money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if your gig's valued like 20 grand, and go, well, I'm sorry, it cost you 30 grand.
yeah.
Sorry
Yeah.
to hear about this. You're actually in debt for this gig.
Yeah.
So that'll be £50.
Oh, bollocks.
So have you got any upcoming shows coming up? Well, I know you're getting back into it. You got
Yeah,
anything
kind of.
planned,
It's
or-
kind of like I'm thinking about. I see. I'm in two minds. Like I say, the solo thing, or do I get a band going to do more original stuff? Or
Do both.
I know. It's
And then you can support yourself as a solo and then crack the band out.
It's- yeah,
Get them all to
what
join
I've
in.
done.
Right.
I've built I've changed my solo page to a band page, but it's because my band's called the Best Ever Folk Rock Band Out of Fulwell.
Because it's facts.
right.
It's facts. There's no other folk rock band out of Fulwell, so it's kind of like.
Facts be facting.
But if I put James Berry and the Best Ever, so I can just say I'm doing a solo show this time. But then when I
Yeah.
crack the band out, it advertises itself, because if you do 2 separate pages, it's a nightmare to try and kind of juggle
that
between them.
works. I mean, it's also trying to find people that don't need to do it as much because like I'm kind of trying to do
That's half
a
the
once
battle.
a month or twice
Yeah.
or twice a month. Try and balance my life out a bit so I'm not just fully working all the time. I mean, I still find music for me is kind of like a pleasure more than a job. So
Yeah.
it's because I was working in a different job. I kind of do that as like a fun thing,
Yeah.
and I try my best not to get it sapped out of. You know, like
Yeah.
but like sometimes you got to do it to work. You know, but I'm trying to keep it at like arm's length. if that
You
makes any
need
sense.
you need to find like decent members who don't mind.
Can you
playing
keep
for
the
free.
sound down, please? Our producers had a little bit of a slip up.
I
there.
thought that was the ghost or something.
I assume that was the ghost.
No, they're just watching TikToks.
Is that what that is? That came through so
I'm just
well.
making
I
stuff
did
up.
I. But no, because I've got I've actually got Vince on the drums.
Yeah,
but
right.
it's kind of like Vince really wants to play drums. He wants to get into it. So it's kind of like I'm doing him a favour, he's doing me a favour kind of thing. which
Well, we
kind
was
of
talking about
works
that a
out.
while ago, and it was kind of like, why don't we do something like as a band? I was like, well, we could do, and it's like, well, I says to be
my
honest, I says it practically at the same time as him. I was like, I fancy playing drums instead, and he was like, oh, right. It's like, because I really want to play drums. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I could play keys, I suppose. It's like, just because I do play every now and then if I go to a buskers night, I'll hop on a drum kit and just start drumming instead. Because it's great if you've had a bad day.
Yeah, it's
Drums is
You just
excellent for
fucking
that.
hit
Like,
shit.
I mean,
it's great.
I mean, if I was ever having a bad day and I went on drums, I would make sure everyone else was having a really bad day or bad night at least anyway.
just missing all the beats and everything.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awful. I've tried.
Sounds as good as me,
I
to
can,
be fair.
I can keep a beat, but only when it's like when the cymbals are involved. Nah, I can do like. But I think anyone can do that anyway, so it's like
I suppose.
But but yeah, no, I don't know.
So if anyone was to follow, obviously as a starting up, you want to try and build your following. If anyone wants to follow you on the socials, what is your social tags? Spout them out.
Well, I've literally put just crazy fingers up, but that was mainly to do budget beer reviews and impressions weekly and a little bit of music. But I do my music on there, and I was going to start live streaming and doing different stuff. So I suppose you'd go on there. I've actually forgot if it is just crazy fingers or not. So I'm going to be vain and check myself out on Facebook.
Damn right. Instagram, those crazy fingers 192.
Yes, indeed. That one is for definite.
So I checked that one earlier.
There we go. Switch me profiles, and it is crap internet time. There we go. Who am I?
Crazy fingers.
I don't want a tour. Yeah, it is. It's just crazy fingers. So yeah, you'll see a very 80s style picture of me that I've done on Photoshop when
Here's
I was
the
drunk.
thing though. That's a cool name for a band in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
the one
if you-
thing.
If you're ever gonna do a band, just keep the name Crazy Fingers and just say, "Oh, I'm bringing the band out."
Crazy toes.
Yeah.
That's
There's
Crazy
shoulders.
fingers and toes.
There's shoulders. There's knees.
head, shoulders, fingers, and toes.
Go get sponsored by Heads and Shoulders first. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to contact us, we are Off the Stage UK, Off the Stage 2, Off the Stage UK 2
Off the Stage 2.
on the Twitter,
Twitter.
Le Twitter. Email us offthestageuk@gmail.com if you've got any suggestions, any questions. If you want to ask anything to our future guests, we always advertise them on Instagram. Yeah, it's been canny.
It has
What
been,
song
hasn't it?
would you like to play for our audience?
It's gonna be Down by the Tyne. It's a very not in Sunderland based song. It's
All right.
It's not like football style. It's just literally a
About
song
the
about
time.
going out with your mates and how times change where you don't go out with your mates every weekend. It's now like once a month, and then it becomes a distant memory. It's kind of like rose tinted specks of life.
Yeah, that's cool.
So.
Mint.
Thank
Well,
you.
we'll get that set
Yeah,
up.
I've enjoyed this. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for coming in.
Oh, thank you.
We will be back next week with 2 guests.
Oh yeah, we have. Oh, God.
And there's going to be 2 songs at the end, so we'll
So
sort that out.
that's gonna be like so it's 2 guests in one show.
Yes.
God, we're getting
We're in
getting
demand.
in demand. I know.
getting big.
We have to-
And if you're a musician that fancies getting on the stage, let us know. If you know anybody that you think, oh, my friend's a musician, or like they should try and contact them, let us know. We've just got a message of HMV Newcastle to contact a band, and I sent them a message during the break, so hopefully we'll get them on as well in December. I've got someone potentially coming in December for, they're doing a Christmas charity single. I'm going to try and get them to push that a bit more.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, thank you for listening. Drop us reviews, tell your friends and family and enemies and everyone you don't like or do like about the pod. Spread the word, helps us We started with an average of like 20 listeners. We're now about 80, 90 viewer listeners.
Sometimes 100. We might know 100.
We're getting good.
I've also liked and subscribed.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
We got 2 more this week as well.
Oh,
Like I say, I washed yous in the bath before. Not washed yous in the bath before I came over here.
Wow. And what he means by that is he was in the bath watching the podcast. He wasn't watching me and James in the bath. But who knows the difference? We'll see you next week with our 2 guests, and we'll put on your part 4 for the song.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
We'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Thank you very
Ta-da!
much. Oh, hang on.
Down, take it down. Wow, 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 wow.
Okay, cool. Go for a couple of drinks on the Saturday night to wash the weekdays away. The only worry we had was our wallets thinning out and what the band begins to play. The view on the river is such a wonderful sight. It certainly makes me smile every day. Shoulder to shoulder we drank ourselves sober. No debt, no rent, no statements to annoy. We drink and we smoke, and we laugh and provoke. We sang along to all our favorite songs. We walk along the Tyne and we whistle as we rhyme, singing about the old quayside. It's nearly all over when our college term comes closer. The grown-up life ain't too far behind. We slowly move on and we travel far along, and some of us stay close to the Tyne. We drink and we smoke, we cry as we joke. The last time that we met was far too long. Been a while since we've rhymed, sank a bottle by the Tyne, and partied out the old quayside. Down by the Tyne, the haze to rise, and the night begins to fade. We drink and we squabble as the evening starts the trouble, and the night turns into day. We drink and we smoke and we laugh as we joke, thinking about all these memories we've had. Been a while since we rhymed, thinking all the laughs and all the lies we had down the old quayside. We drink and we smoke and we laugh and we joke, thinking about all these memories we've had. Thinking about the times, all the laughs and all the lies that we had down the old quayside. I'll never forget my old quayside. There you go. Yeah.